Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and today for my next horror St. Paty's Leprechaun-A-Thon review that I'll be talking about today is Leprechaun 3. After from the first two movies, which of course the first one he tried to get his gold coins back, which he was unsuccessful. The second one he tried to get married, but apparently he failed. Now in the third one, of course, which it starts to turn, very silly and become much more of a comedy and less of a horror film. So up until with all the sequels start to get a little downhill for Leprechaun, but the third one, however, this time he goes to Las Vegas. So now he goes to Vegas, and of course Vegas has like casino, gambling, entertaining, and Elvis. This movie starts out where this one guy named Scott who travels and winds up going to Vegas. Apparently he had money from his dad, like he had money, just to go to school somewhere, but instead he goes to Vegas to go gambling, play games, and of course apparently he loses, because what they say, the house always wins. So instead he goes to a pawn shop and he finds some sort of a gold coin. Now it makes like wishes now. It's like, isn't that, where someone rubs a lamp and then a genie like pops out and grants like 3 wishes? I mean, it happened before in the second one, of course, where the one old man just trying to grant 3 wishes, but instead it backfires. So this is almost like almost a combination between of Aladdin and a little bit of a Wizard of Oz and sci-fi, of course. So he finds a gold coin, which of course that belongs to the leprechaun. But now the leprechaun's weakness, of course, besides like the 4-leaf clover and raw iron, which that killed him in the second one. Now he was like stoned with that medallion he was wearing, because the medallion, of course, apparently if he wears the medallion he turns into stone. So I guess now instead of using a 4-leaf clover, they use the medallion so he could turn to stone. So that's his other weakness. So when Scott gets the gold coin back, he wishes that he would go back to the casino and win all his money back. But so which he did. So apparently now he got really lucky. He got really lucky of getting all of his money back, and of course now the leprechaun goes into Vegas and he tries to find his gold coin back. So during the room, of course, a magician steals the gold coin from Scott. He takes the coin and then he just disappears, use one of his magic tricks. And then when he disappeared, the leprechaun somehow reappears in this room and starts being almost being the crap out of him, but bites his arm, and then Scott stab him with either a knife or a fork. I don't really remember, but stab him right in the head, and then the green blood drips down in his wound. When he throws the leprechaun out of the window, this was one of the funniest scenes. He just throws him out of the window, and then some sort of a dummy stand, some sort of a weird looking raggedy doll that's supposed to be the leprechaun, but instead it was just a doll just falling down, and boom. When the leprechaun's gone and somehow Scott starts turning into the leprechaun, but not fast, just slowly. He starts to get an Irish accent. He starts eating all different kinds of potatoes, and slowly he begins to turn ugly and all deforming, and starts starts rhyming, because that's how leprechauns are. They're kind of rhyming or poetic just a bit. Well, not really poetic, but rhyming the words. And of course during the hospital scene he starts to get green blood. So this third movie, of course, it's funny, but it was one of my favorite. It's also my favorite, of course, besides the first one. What was the funniest scene ever, and kind of cheesy, but I like where the lady tries to get all pretty and sexy, but during this one scene, however, where the leprechaun like shows up and her lips, her bosoms, of course, gets big, and along with her ass gets big, and all of a sudden she tries to get out before she like starts popping, which of course she does pop like a balloon. That was like one of the most funniest scenes, most funniest death scene ever. Like, it's like a cartoon, almost like a cartoon comedy sci-fi fantasy movie, just a bit, but it's not really like one of my, it's not like one of the best leprechauns, but it was funny just to, you know, like I said to the last two movies, just to enjoy. So after done talking about this film, just to rate it, I have to give it a 55 out of 100, because it's not like one of the best, but it's just an okay movie, but it's really too cheesy. It's really too much comical, and with all the gimmicks that's going on. But it was more sci-fi and just, you know, like I said, just to make me laugh, and it was really entertaining. And speaking of entertaining, I went to the movie theaters like 3 weeks ago, and I saw was Oz the Great and Powerful in 3D, and I would say this film was really amazing. It like blew my mind. It was like really amazing, and all the CGI effects were good and spectacular. And when I saw it in 3D, it's like all the effects were like coming into my face, like coming right at me. Especially where one scene, of course, where like snow, like, you know, snowflakes coming out of the screen. It's like all the effects, all the environment is like so effective, and especially the characters like James Franco when he plays Oz. He played a good role as Oz, because he could be either a coward or a magician or sometimes a hero or a con man sometimes, because that's who he was throughout the story. So this was like actually an unofficial prequel. It's not really a complete prequel to the whole Wizard of Oz franchise. It's a good movie, and I recommend you guys, if those of you didn't see it yet, I recommend you guys go see it in 3D. So to rate it, I have to give it a 95 out of 100. So I can't wait till it comes on Blu-ray and on DVD. The combo pack of Blu-ray and DVD, so can't wait to see it. So the next time when I do next Leprechaun-A-Thon review is Leprechaun 4 in Space. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off, as saying is, peace!